Hey guys, it's time for the weekly recap of the week again, and I only have a few things to talk about here, and a couple of them I mentioned briefly in other videos, but I didn't really get into them, or they weren't the highlights of it, so I'll mention them again here. So now we have an option to select which pet you want to walk with you in the plaza. So I only have one NFT pet, so it doesn't really matter to me, but I can actually untick that, and I can go to the plaza and then no pets will follow me. If you only have one NFT pet, you can actually turn it off if you want for whatever reason. So yeah, turn it on or off. But if you have multiple, you can now decide which one you want to follow you in the plaza. So there's that. Then there was increasing the Obsidian buy limit from 3 to 9. So if you don't know, in the limited tab, you can buy or sell Obsidian. You can only sell one a week, or you can buy up to 9. Before it was, like I said, 3. I believe the reason why they did that is because there's so many other things that like need Obsidian now for like to complete the bounties and whatnot. So if you look at the list of bounties here, like before it was really just the Obsidian, but now there's like 5 giant fruits, so you might need Obsidian for that. There's more difficult flowers, so you might need Obsidian for that. There's just like a lot of things that need Obsidian, so now you could buy more of it. That's why they increased that limit. You could buy up to 9 now. I briefly mentioned this too. You can now cancel a bid in the marketplace or in the auctions up until like the auction ends. So like if you place your bid at 5 minutes left and then you realize you want to bid something else and there's still 4 minutes left, you can cancel your bid and place a new bid. Like I said, as long as the auction hasn't ended, you can cancel your bid. That's good. The co-defender rule right there. And also they made these big fruit have dynamic pricing for instant growing. So before like these big fruit here, they all required 1 Obsidian to complete, regardless of how many helps you had and regardless of which one they were. So like the giant orange with 1 help left was the same amount of Obsidian as the big banana with like 200 helps left. So they made it dynamic. By default, the big orange is 0.5 Obsidian, so it's half of what it used to be. The big apple is 1 Obsidian, so this is the same as it used to be, but the big banana moved up to 4 Obsidian. So how it works though is for every 10% helps you have, actually the big orange is hard to do this math with because it's kind of a weird number. We'll look at the apple. So by default, this is 1 Obsidian to complete, and every 5 helps will reduce it by 0.1. So I have over 10 helps, so reduce it by 0.2. Do the same thing here for, this is a weird rounding error, 0.79. Anyway, so for every 20 helps, so I have 8 times 20, so I have over 160 helps, so it should reduce it by 0.4. So 0.4 times 8 is 3.2. I don't know why it's reducing by 3.21, but anyways, this should be 0.8. So for every 20 helps on the big banana, it would reduce it by 0.4. It's essentially the same thing for all the other ones. So for every 2.5 helps, I don't know, there must be a rounding thing here, but it would reduce it by 0.05. Anyways, they just made it dynamic so that the more helps you have, the cheaper it is to complete, as well as the different big fruit require different amounts to complete by default. It's more like the flowers where it's 0.1 per day remaining. It's the same idea. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. It would help me out a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Have a good day, guys. And I also want to say thank you to all the members of the channel. Current members of the channel are Raichu, Theedra, Deucefold, New Augustine, and Night Shadow. Thank you very much for your support.